Hey Sages, and welcome to your March 2019 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to give you guys hopefully another amazing reading for your month ahead. As you are feeling a little bit different coming into March, I think don't worry too much about it. I think that you're a little bit drained, a little bit even a little bit worried about the future. You know, like Jupiter's in your sign. You're like, this is my time. This is my time to thrive. What's going on? Well, the beginning of March specifically is Pisces time. It is the ultimate ending before we prepare to go into Aries time, the ultimate beginning, which is the true astrological new year. So Pisces time, the first half of March, is a time of pulling back. It is a time of I feel comfortable retrospection, a time of learning lessons, a time of knowing what you do and don't want anymore, and a time of preparing to exert your energy one more time once we go into Aries. So you Sagittarius feel like you need to be going like 1,000% like every day. So there's a potential to come into March not being able to go 1,000% every day, and then kind of being a little bit upset about that. I'm looking straight at the Magician reversed, the Hanged Man, Five of Pentacles, Knight of Wands reversed, Eight of Pentacles reversed. Lots of things that make me feel like we're just not doing as much as we want to do. We're not feeling like we have as much energy as we want to have, and we're just like kind of maybe even dreading our daily grind a bit. As Saturn is in Capricorn, being very, very strongly placed in Capricorn. I just recently did a video about middle Saturn. If you guys didn't get to check it, I'll put it in the description box below, as well as top right hand corner of this video, so you can get updated on that. But yes, Saturn is extremely strongly placed in Capricorn, so we are all feeling what our daily grind looks like, what our routine is like, how our health is, you know, the small choices, daily choices that we make that have a big impact over a long-term period of time. And all of these things are like nails down a chalkboard for you right now, Sagittarius, because Jupiter is in your sign and it's saying, go, 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 you know, be optimistic, just trust that everything will turn out in your favor. Don't think too much about it. So there's a conflict there. You know, there's a conflict within you about how you should spend your energy right now. Really, spending in general is maybe finding conflict for you right now. We are having Mercury retrograde in Pisces throughout this month, which is your fellow mutable sign. You'll feel that one, but you're lucky. I feel like Sag is probably, out of all the mutable signs, maybe the least affected by it, but still nonetheless very affected. So it's a good month to figure out your spending energetically, monetarily, what have you, you know, what you're putting in, what you're getting out, and what is profitable for you energetically or monetarily. Again, I do feel that this is a time where there's a sense of really wanting a new way of receiving. So like a new job, a new career, a new project, a new relationship, even for some of you. There's also a sense of not doing that right this month. I just have to be honest with you all. There's a sense of putting all of your ducks in a basket that does not yield a very good result. The Magician reversed, Five of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles reversed. Don't work too hard on something that you don't know will be successful. Don't throw all of your eggs into one basket that you're unsure of. There does have to be a little bit of that there, because it's the difficult kind of integration for you right now, Sag, where you can't just do the old worn out thing that you know kind of works completely, yet you can't just invest everything into a new, like something completely new. There has to be like a little bit of both, you know, an innovation of something that has worked well for a long time. Understanding and wrapping your head around what works and why it does work. King of Swords is your central theme this month, so it's all about understanding why you are where you are, understanding how you can make it better, how it gets worse, why it gets worse. You know, it's all about the how, where, why questions that you are answering during this month. And you know, it is Equinox this month. It is the astrological new year again, so there are a lot of you know, new conclusions you can come to. Speaking of Equinox, before I forget, Sag, as I meant to mention at the beginning, I will be doing a live stream on my channel for the Equinox on March 20th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be here to chat, do on-the-spot readings, and to usher in the astrological new year with y'all on March 20th. And it will be the top video on my channel as we get into March, so you can set a reminder. But yes, maybe write it down, March 20th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I am doing an Equinox channeling video, so those details will again be below in the description box. But yes, Sages, it's it's not bad. Don't worry about it. You're going to have a feeling coming into March that something isn't quite right, and you just have to prepare for that. But it's your version of not right is so much better than a lot of people's right now. So whatever might not feel right is still quite a blessing in some way because you have so much on your side right now. I mean, look at the beautiful Two of Cups, Justice, even in King of Swords. The rest of it can, show us where we need to make some corrections perhaps, but there is an incredible balance you can find this month, an incredible give and take as well. Really great new relationships can come in, especially after the equinox. And it really comes in through that inner balance, meeting yourself halfway. Two of Cups can also be about seeing yourself, seeing who you truly are, seeing who you were and where you want to be. So there's a lot of that type of thing here for you. So don't look for your prosperity, your wealth, your benevolence just in like material items or just in, how far the business has come. There is a lot of progress just in how you operate as a person and how you see yourself and in your like decision-making process. That's where a lot of your rewards are right now. So definitely see them and acknowledge them. But let's go ahead and get into the week-to-week Sag. In the first week of March, you have the Magician reversed, rooted down by Knight of Wands reversed. So again, not a super, super huge amount of energy to be working with. You always have quite a bit with Jupiter in your sign, but this is a time to pull back a little bit. Again, not the time to be investing all that you have into one thing that you're not quite sure about. Also, not a time to be working a lot of overtime unnecessarily, not a time to be a huge workaholic. This is a time to pull back and understand, because this is one of the last opportunities is the thing. And this is why this is coming up for Sagittarius in the way that it is because for the rest of the year, you have to be in quite an energetic outputting phase of your life. This could be one of the last opportunities in late March to pull back, to pull within, to rest, to not feel like you have to output all of this crazy amount of energy. So do remember that, and also try to face things with honesty during this time as well. The Magician reversed can indicate dishonesty within you or around you, so it will be obvious. We are in Pisces time, so it could kind of come up in a roundabout way. Again, we're moving towards Mercury shadow, Mercury retrograde during that time. So I feel that lies will show themselves, or falsities will become quite clear, but they come with like a bigger weight than you might expect. So I say to face what you can in your own projection with honesty, and it will start to mirror itself into your life. Be honest with yourself about what you can accomplish right now. Be honest with yourself about where your energy is right now. Knight of Wands reversed can be sort of a volatile energy pattern. So like one moment we're feeling quite manic and we're like, oh yes, I can do all these things, and then when it comes time to do them, we have like no energy to work with. So try to think about how you can have that energetic up moment when you need to be doing things versus like late at night when you should be sleeping. Really revamping the way that your energy works is important during this time. Week number 2, you have Justice rooted down by 8 of Pentacles reversed. So you are figuring out how you want to craft your life, how you want to build your life, what you, again, want to be investing that energy into. 8 of Pentacles reversed can be feeling like this job that you're doing or these responsibilities that you have are taking way too much time, way too much energy, and they're not yielding the result that you want. So yes, I do feel that all Sages in some way have to maybe take a bit of time back. Even like a vacation wouldn't be terrible there, like a paid vacation. If maybe you've been planning on that, it feels supported. And figuring out how to optimize your output as well for those of you who are like entrepreneurs or own your own business. It seems that the things that you do within it are too time consuming, like things are not too well optimized or too well calibrated, and this Saturn and Capricorn energy that we have can really help to really make things more organized, more optimized. And Justice is all about that as well. Calibration, optimization, balancing, making the system well oiled. So that's really what the second week of March for you is about. Sagittarius is about making all the cogs in the system of your life like in really good shape, really having them well oiled, having them able to support everything that you need. Yet there seems to be a tendency to not look at it, to not like look at the cogs and to just be like, oh, let's keep them going, don't look at them, keep the thing that's going on above them going. Whereas like the foundation needs a little bit of work during that time. And I feel that Taurus time, so in like April and May, will also give this to you, but this is the best time to start it. Second week of March, you come in, you pull back a little bit, you look at the system as a whole, and you say, yeah, that's where the problem is. You straighten it out. The rest of the year, things are so much smoother than they've ever been before. Also, that is the ultimate ending period of time in that second week. So you could also just see at kind of a deeper spiritual level, not about work or, money or anything like that. You could see just a return on karma. Everyone sees that to some degree during this period of time. Justice, really setting the scales straight. If someone owes you something, they may give it to you during that time. If you owe someone something, you may give it to them during that time. If you have been really held back by a previous trauma, you may finally have the light bulb moment that shows you, okay, I don't have to be held back by this anymore. I get why that happened. I get why I was where I was, and I get what that tried to teach me. Now I can move on, okay? And you move on into the third week with Two of Cups rooted down by the Hanged Man. And that's certainly an interesting energetic framework to be starting your new year with. Not all good, not all bad, but it's okay. You're very blessed. Two of Cups to come up as a new year energy is so benevolent, so auspicious. This is the year probably where you will find true connection with yourself, even true love for some of you. I feel also that you find equality in this week and during this entire year coming forward, actually, in the sense that equal give and take happens, like in relationships, in career, in like your work ethic. Like you put out a certain amount of energy and you get an equal repayment for what you put out. There's a lot of things about equality, justice, balance coming up for you this month, Sagittarius. And it makes sense because you're so activated. You have this huge Jupiter expansion. There's a lot of good luck, benefic energy coming in for you. And you have to be able to take that. Like you have to be able to have a framework and a template within to accept good things. So there has to be a little bit of an evening out. There has to be, a repair perhaps to the structure which accepts that energy. Now that is rooted down by the Hanged Man, which says to me, for some of you, on a more like mundane short-term level, are in a relationship that has gone on for too long, possibly. In a career, perhaps, that has gone on for too long, because some of us look at our careers like relationships. Some of you are perhaps feeling too controlled by a relationship, feeling smothered, feeling held back, feeling like you can't move forward. And Sagittarius is not a sign that really puts up with that for very long in this type of year. So I do see a disconnection for some of you. Not even, it's not going to be like a breakup for a lot of you, really, but I do see a redefinition of relationships. I see like a need to jump at it, a need to not just bury it. What do I mean? Like you either have to end a relationship or you have to define it in the way that agrees with this new balance that you are achieving within. So, yes, it's a great time there in the third and fourth week to solve anything about your relationship that feels like it's holding you back. Something else that can happen when Jupiter is in your sign, you can crave, freedom to a fault, opportunities to a fault. So you can think, oh, wow, the parameters of this relationship, having to be faithful, all of this type of thing is just a little bit too much, when in reality it's not for you. So make sure you're understanding like what your true wants are. And again, that's a big blessing of the beginning of the month, is it can really show you, like maybe through not having quite the energy that you expected, like what you truly want. And how big of a blessing is that? I mean, that's a lot what Jupiter is about, is, not always in the most easy way. It shows you like where your true desires are, where the true opportunities for expansion are, especially with Saturn placed the way that it is. So yes, third week, get clear again. There's a new spike of energy that comes in there. Enjoy that, and enjoy, for those of you who are single, perhaps meeting someone new. And perhaps like having a really nice experience with new love for those of you who are single. That could definitely be during that time. Week number 4, you have the Five of Pentacles rooted down by Queen of Swords reversed. Five of Pentacles has been coming up quite a lot lately because this previous Capricorn time that we had from December into January was particularly expensive for many people. We had Saturn, Pluto, and Capricorn personal planets, inner planets as well. Stellium of Capricorn. Debts were accrued, debts were paid off. There were perhaps like more taxes to pay. There were more, just things to get settled financially. So it's an important month for you to not be too spendthrift, really, Sag. A bit of frugality goes a long way for you here. And that can be a little bit hard for you right now because Jupiter makes you want to empty out the bank account. It makes you want to spend and invest and do a lot of flashy things monetarily. But truly, those opportunities do not do too great until about October of this year. And perhaps some of you could do an investment now and see like a good return by around that time, for those of you who perhaps do like investing as a living, or it's something that you're very familiar with and very pragmatic with. However, for those of you who are looking for like a big return, it's not right now. Not during this Mercury retrograde month. I would wait for quite a while later, and I would hold back. I would hold sturdy. I would do things the way that you've been doing things, and I would limit expenditures monetarily and energetically in the month of March. Um, Although, after Equinox time, March 20th, we need to be spending more energy, actually, than we have been for a while. Yet, I would like to see you get into April before you're really going big with it. Okay, so you get to about March 20th, you're at like the most minimal of energetic output, and then March 20th comes, you up it a little bit. It kind of plateaus for the rest of the month, and April comes, you up it again, and then like start moving in a more natural, less thought out way energetically, is what I'm feeling. Queen of Swords rooting down, Five of Pentacles, and being reversed, to me says that there's not a huge understanding of why things feel too small, like why the bank account feels too small, why you feel in your life there is a barren nature, a desaturated experience coming in. The first half of March should have taught you a little bit more about it, but really, it's not so much about understanding it with Queen of Swords reversed. It's about the actions, it feels like, especially now that we've gotten into the astrological new year. During that time, it will be about actions, it will be about creativity, it will be about having sort of a gut understanding without needing to wrap your mind around it. So you don't have to really dig into like, oh my gosh, I feel like I don't have enough. You know, that's what Five of Pentacles is all about, like not feeling like you have enough. You don't have to solve that. You don't have to really like jump into it logically, but you will know what to do, and you will know like what you truly need. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you know what to do with this. It doesn't take a huge amount of retrospection. That was what the first part of the month was. So don't anticipate a gigantic amount of retrospection in the fourth week of March. That would have already happened. Try to be ready to move forward during that period of time. King of Swords is your central theme. So you have King and Queen of Swords in your reading. That to me does say a very strong up of logical ability with your mind. Your mind's getting stronger, your body's getting stronger, nervous system is getting stronger. That's wonderful. Again, with this sort of jovial expansion of Jupiter energy that you're having, nonetheless, you have to still have an understanding of when to cut things off, when enough is enough, when enough is a word that keeps coming up for you this month, Sag. So some things have outlived their use, and some things have to be cut off during this month with King of Swords as your central theme. All of these experiences will show you what needs to be cut off and what needs to remain, and that's the beauty of this month for you, and that's the beauty of this year for you as well. This astrological year for you represents such a strong understanding of what should be in your life and what shouldn't be. Okay, so King of Swords comes in to give you the power, the sort of like masculine jab to assert your boundaries, yes, but to do it in a kind of loving, auspicious way, if you could. This isn't about just blocking people randomly. This isn't about asserting some type of vengeful streak for those of you who might have a little too much Scorpio in your chart. This is about just knowing what you need to do and doing it in quite a neutral, pragmatic way. Okay, you see that this person is leeching off of you. You say, I'm doing a little bit of traveling. I don't really have time to speak right now. I hope you're well. We'll talk sometime. And then it just kind of falls off. Be a little bit pragmatic with things. Like, no, like, really trying hard to blame other people for things that have like been going on and on in the past, and like then trying to feel like good about it and trying to make them love you again, but like not wanting it. And just get clear, be pragmatic, understand what you want, understand what you don't want, and make like the mature decision for your life relating to that. It feels like you have a lot of ability there, Sages, because again, through this month you get to like really have like a big like bang, like a big flowering, big bloom of experience over the rest of the year. So this year starts it off, this month starts it off. This month starts off the year of like Jupiter and Sag, of like big glory, big expansion. So sort of think about where you want that expansion to be. Think about what might need to heal or be not present for an expansion like this to come in. You have some time still yet here in March to work with that, to mold that up a little bit. Again, that's not so possible in the future because it will sort of be set by around like specifically after the Jupiter retrograde, so into the summer. So you've got time, but this is really like the optimum time, beginning of March. Anyway, thank you so much, Sagittarius, for being here. It's a good month for you. You're not struggling quite as much really as any of the other signs. So despite, you know, it still being a little bit difficult, there's good opportunity here for you. Good love, good food, lots of things. Most of things are really good. But you'll see nonetheless where like the energy should and shouldn't be. For a lot of you, you'll see where it shouldn't be, and you'll see that you're still putting it there. So you just have to deal with that, you know? Anyway, Sagittarius, be sure to check out your sun, moon, rising sign if you wanted more input about this month. And your likes, comments, and subscribes make my day. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button so you can get alerted when the Equinox live stream starts. Also, you could just like old-fashioned write it down in like your planner or something. March 20th, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I will be here live and speaking and chatting with everyone as we await the Equinox video. So yeah, I'm super looking forward to that. It's going to be great fun. And I will be seeing you guys soon. You can check the description box below to find my readings, my social media, all of that's there. We'll talk soon, Sagittarius. Bye.